Meek Mill reveals the serious reason he hates getting dressed up.
And were Khloe Kardashian and her BFF Malika Hawk once side chicks by accident?
And I'm Princess Banks, and I'm back to hear about all of this and so much more.
Welcome to Side Dish.
The world is yours. Sky's the limit.
Hey! Big up, big up, big up. You know the mantra over here at Side Dish. We're more than just an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We're the whole meal. Bring an appetite.
That's right. Be hungry, folks. We got this hot celebrity dish coming for you.
Yeah, piping hot with the steam coming from it. You know what I mean? And she's back for another night side dishing with us. It's the one, the only Princess Banks.
Hey, I am glad to be back in the building. I'm loving to hear what you guys.
Thank
feel
you.
comfortable and
Thank you so
cozy.
much.
Love it.
Yo, so, for people who maybe missed you yesterday, you know what I'm saying? How would people, quickly identify with you?
So I'm a red carpet host and a media correspondent. So I do a lot of interviews, different things like that. So that's my world, and I absolutely love it.
The red carpet game is wild.
It's wild.
It's an interesting thing.
It is, and people don't understand the craziness that goes on behind the scene, and then trying to get interviews and do different things like that, and how you just got to stay stoic and everything while the crazy is happening behind you, and really pull. Sometimes you got to pull it out of people. They don't do good with interviews that have the personality, so I always try to come with something fun and light to make them laugh or something just to get them loosened up for it. So I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely love it.
There was a thing not too long ago. You remember when the person was interviewing Babyface, and then Chappell Roan came by. And he was like, "Yo, do that."
That was crazy.
Have you ever been in a situation where he was interviewing somebody maybe D tier, and then somebody A came through, and you just thugged it out and
And it happens all the time. So what I do is just try to time I've been doing this so long. It's just I just time my questions out, right? So I'm like, if somebody's coming, you can hurry up and end it respectfully. You know what I mean? I would never do anything like that, especially to the legend. Come on now, they were totally wrong for that.
Back when I was doing it, I used to if I saw somebody coming up the carpet and I'd wait for one little pause, and then I'd be, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, just gotta end it calmly. Like it was ending, it was done. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think a good transition for that person would be, hey, do you like Chappell Roan?
Right.
She's right over there. Bring her in.
All right.
Have you guys met?
All right. So here's a little. All right, yeah.
Okay, well, what the hell? It's time for Feed Me. Now, Tanner, sometimes your people like to explore the depths of land and sea.
Yeah.
But this time, I think me and my people is going to sit this adventure out. Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like
No. Wait, hold on. There's two people. Okay, yeah.
What's up with these
Drone game strong.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What was she doing? Was that just a cave, a hole in the ground?
Underwater spelunking.
And she was doing it so calmly and relaxed, and I'm just like, could never do that. Especially with the hair too. It's
She
too
didn't
much
have
going
an
on.
oxygen tank.
No.
Just holding the breath.
Yeah,
could not do it.
Just
Raw
taking
dog
it in.
in the depths. The icy cold Jacques Cousteau depths.
I mean, and I'm a person who has gone on those underwater sea excursions that you could go on.
Like snorkels and everything.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go in any hole.
Absolutely.
No, I'm
not. I
terrified.
thought she was gonna get stuck.
Yeah. I mean, it does look kind of cool down there. I'm not going to lie. Once you got down there, I'm like...
really. I just felt really claustrophobic right now watching that. It just got me hot.
Yeah.
Now, with proper training, would any of you guys do it? Or?
Absolutely not.
It's one of those things. Unfortunately, if you took me there, my inner whiteness would take over, and I'd be like, "Yo, let me in that hole," and I'm swimming down under there.
Yo,
I'm trapped.
I'll go underwater, like as deep as my snorkel top goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going below the snorkel top unless I got the oxygen tank, man.
I'll just dip my head in a little, okay, I see you, you good? No, I'm not going all the way in.
Too scary. Do you realize a majority of the ocean is uncharted?
Oh yeah.
There's things we don't even know or understand about the deep blue sea, and until we can get a better map of what's going on in these
better
parts.
views. I'm not doing it.
All right, speaking of mythical creatures, mysterious places, 74-year-old Bill Murray, he stopped by Sway's Universe, and Bill brought up the time he was rumored to be dating Kelis, who's 45, and how it raised his street cred. Check this out.
Girl named Kelis, who was married
married to Nas.
Yeah, who I was, which I got great press that I was dating her, which really raised my cred a lot.
Not all of us believe that.
That was false humility again. I'm just bringing that back. Anyway, that particular song, "Old Dirty Bastard," that song just kills me. I love that video, and I watched it. I kept going, "That's the silliest thing. Well, how did I miss that when it came out in the first place?"
Oh, got your money. Hey, dirty, baby, I got your money.
It's so crazy, and I'm going, "Who is the girl with the red hair?"
Khloe.
And it was Kelis.
Yeah.
So I just had to meet her sometime. So she turns out to be spectacular. And actually, I spoke with her recently. She bought land in Kenya, in Africa.
Yeah.
She's in Africa.
She's crushing it.
She is not afraid of the dark. She just goes out there and goes, well, I think I'll just go to Africa and start a farm.
Well,
Yeah.
she's amazing. So you weren't dating?
No.
You heard that slight pause though? It was like no.
But the fact that he's got her number,
That's a
So it means
plus.
they pause.
Because it didn't seem that far from the realms of possibility because Bill Murray has mysterious swag.
Yeah.
There's something about Bill Murray
Seems like
that
a really
makes
cool
him
guy to
interesting.
hang out with.
Yeah. And she might have been low-key as big of a fan of him and his work as he was of that one video. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she's seen Ghostbusters and Groundhog's Day and all that good stuff. Caught a season of SNL he was a part of.
yeah, she watched Groundhog Day and was like, "That's the man. That's what I want."
Might even have been Zombieland, because he was good in that
classic,
too.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the video how he was singing along with it and going with it and everything too. I don't know. I feel like they could have talked a little bit. You know, had a little close friendship.
Wait, have you ever? Wait, hold on, Princess. Like, okay, so Bill, he's got to be 30 years older than Kelis.
At the bare
At minimum.
Okay, 74, 45. Yeah, 30 years. You called it.
That's a significant age gap.
Yeah. He definitely got to keep the hat on.
Yeah, it makes him look cool.
And younger. You know what I mean? It gives him a hipness to him. Like, have you ever seen Jason Mraz out here with that hat?
Yeah, but I
that's
like
right.
their look together. Like, I don't think it's like bad or anything like that. I think that would have been like a cool little hookup. What do you guys think?
When is the last time you've seen Kelis's Instagram?
Oh, I haven't looked.
Yo,
been a
listen.
while. I know she farms and everything too.
And
You know,
something
that whole
must
farm
be
life.
with that organic food that she's been eating, because the milkshake will bring even more boys to the yard
So
now.
she's looking even better now.
Yo, a whole snack and entree
I'm loving that.
out here in these streets.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
Exactly.
want to get into that organic lifestyle though. Like, get healthy like that. Keep the youthfulness going.
I think it's so necessary for the preservation of longevity, because there's everything in the store that could poison you right now. Make your own stuff.
Yeah, my milkshake brings all the bills to the yard, evidently, is what's going on here. Yoicks.
Meek Mill has been criticized on his fashion choices from time to time, but he isn't known to get suited and booted. Well, he just reposted a video of Birdman talking about why he doesn't wear suits. Take a look at this.
Funerals. So I just said I'll never wear a suit again in my life. And I never put one on. I put one on. Wayne kind of forced me to put one on. But I just had this remorse for it because I saw so much
Death.
murder in my life, so much death to my life. Funerals. So I just
Then he
very
tweeted,
interesting.
first time I see the black man in a suit was in a casket. I used to be scared to dress up. If you didn't come from that, you wouldn't understand what I'm talking about at all. It's cool, LOL. You know, and the sad part is the fact that this was your life and this is what formed your worldview. I can't knock your worldview because it's the things you experienced that got you there.
Right.
Yeah, but like sometimes, because I don't like wearing suits either, but when I do wear suits, I do feel good.
Right.
I'm
Well, I thought he
uncomfortable,
was
but I
going to
feel
be
good.
saying it was like, oh, like just seeing like a black man go in a corridor in a funeral. So I just thought that was pretty bad, like those visuals that they did not have growing up.
Yeah, it's sad to think. It's sad to think that he attended so many funerals, and the only time he ever saw a suit was someone who had passed. And like, I understand, like that would be the association you make with it, versus like, oh, a suit is like someone who's doing good or putting on a good
like a power
image.
statement,
Yeah, exactly, a power statement.
I mean, especially when you think about New Orleans, where like murder is like the second export of the city, like king cake, then murder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be to the point where you're desensitized to it.
Sure.
Whereas somebody in another city, was like, yo, every time we wore suits, we used to go to church on Sunday. Like that was
Exactly.
the vibe, you know?
Dressing up for it. So that's a sad association.
Yeah, because like something tells me that like Birdman hasn't gone to church as many
at all,
times.
yeah.
as I have. Against my will in some
Like, at all.
situations, but.
Also, church is different because it's not always a suit. Sometimes it's just the sport jacket. You know, it's like sometimes they're mismatched or they were like old school, or at least I'm thinking of like the old school brown ones, you know?
No, bro, I gotta say, the white delegates paved the way for us to dress the way we can or want to now at church, because y'all were the first to have like a really lax dress code at church. The come as you are energy of like of some of the Catholic and Methodist churches from back in the day.
I grew up going to the Methodist church.
Yo, in and out in under an hour. Man, PowerPoint presentation.
No.
We in there a couple of hours, and I'm a preacher's kid too. So I was there all day, multiple times a week, had to be suited and booted, could not wear pants. You know what I mean? This would be against the rules, especially the crop cut off. Dresses, everything.
At the Methodist church, we were notorious because we would beat you to the noon restaurants.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to get out at 11:50 because we want the buffet at 11:55.
Smashing it, like, you know, for the unindoctrinated princess. If you arrive at church at 10:30, what time are you getting home?
Going home about 7 or 8, because you know it's going to be a second service. You know? It's going to be a second service going on. You know, going to go downstairs. You know, get a meal, some food or whatever. Come back up for another service. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
And don't let it be the pastor's anniversary.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. But you gonna eat like a king.
You gonna eat really good. That was the best part back then too. Was the food after church.
Yeah. It's like the food was extra blessed. It was prayed for.
A little more Christ in it this go around. All right, moving on. Talk about, seems like Khloe Kardashian and her bestie Malika were once accidental side chicks. So get this, Princess. On Khloe's podcast, The Besties, talked about the time they both hooked up with married men and didn't know it, air quotes, at first.
Remember that time when I slept with a married man? I didn't know he was married.
Well, that's happened to all of us a couple of times because sometimes men can be liars.
Men are the biggest liars. And I didn't know he was married until he flew me and us to his place in Las Vegas. And I said, who is this woman on your wall? And he goes, oh, my wife. I go,
oh, like the baseball player that I made you come with me to Newport to visit. And Chloe's like, hey, just so you know.
Oh, my.
I was talking to the microphone, Malika.
Sorry. Chloe's like, just so you know, I just walked to the bathroom, and across from the bathroom is like
family photo.
A family photos and a woman and this, that, and the other. And I go, what?
Men
and she goes,
ain't shit.
Like, literally, I'm like, Khloe, I'm going to go on a date with this guy. And she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like,
this is like before Google was a
Well, okay, and
yes.
she's going,
she's going, just go on a date, have fun. She's not scared. I'm scared. So she's like, I'm like, well, will you come with me?
Yeah.
So I tell him, I'm like,
oh my, has this ever happened to you guys or your friends? Because I know y'all got some stories.
Yeah, I know
how y'all men be.
Well, I can't speak to that, but what I can speak to is, like, this is unfortunate, and this is like kind of a twist on their version of it. What I can speak to is the number of women I know who are convinced that this man is leaving his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And they continue to date him, even though he never does.
It's just stringing them along.
Yeah.
I actually had a friend that happened to. I remember one time she took me with me to go over and visit him, and like certain doors were like locked, she couldn't get in. So she went to pick one of them. He hit the wife, he hit the kid, everything. So it was a crazy
Wait,
day.
the bodies?
No.
Like they were just like hanging out in there?
No, they weren't there. So he had the rooms locked to like his daughter's room, and then the room locked to his the main bedroom, master bedroom locked. So yeah, it was crazy.
So he put them in a safe room.
Wow.
I don't know where they were that day when we were there, but that was like a crazy experience. I'm just like, this is wild. So that really does happen though. So it's just like you gotta ask, but sometimes they still gonna lie. But it's just, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean it goes both ways. I remember one time I found myself in a very peculiar situation, right, where I went over a young lady's house and I had a vehicle with my picture on it. And it was like wrapped and like I'm smiling on it like, and I
that was a great smile, by the way.
Thank you so much. I thought she was done dating this person that she was seeing, and he came to the house while I was there, and then she said, shh. And then just imagine if you see the lights go off, but you're outside, right? And so I could just only imagine how this individual had to have felt to know that your chick is on the inside, the lights is off, and I'm on the truck like.
Right, I was like, I already know you inside.
I expected to leave hours later with all flat tires on my joint, and thank God I haven't ran into this gentleman. But man, people ain't no good. I ain't gonna just put it on like men, but people ain't no good.
I like how you reverted it over to the woman's side too. Put it on us
because everybody is worthy of the smoke. Because we're not running uncontested in this infidelity field out here. Women be lying, and they
especially in the age of DMs, where it's not even a text, it's not even a call, it's over on Instagram or it's on Snapchat.
And you can do it in vanish mode now too. Like you can message somebody in vanish mode, so once they read it, it disappears. So.
Yeah, we got all the tricks out here.
How do you, Princess? How do you suss out if a man's married or not, and if he's not telling you? Are you like Googling him? Like, how are people doing?
Oh yes, we do background checks now. So I Google, I send names to my friend. She's really good with pulling up names and systems, finding it out of nowhere. We do that. Paying attention to phones. I can see like if you put your code in your phone, I can catch it right away. Oh. Go check that real quick just to go through and see. Yeah, we're on it these days.
Got to be peripheral vision.
I know, right?
I do. I'll be do. You go, even if it's numbers, I'm gonna catch it real quick.
Yeah, like I want to patent something called HoFax, which is kind of like Carfax for people. We got to work some things out on that.
Yeah, I like that though.
Yeah, people be rolling back their hodometer. You don't know what's going on.
There is an app out there because a couple of my friends have seen it. They're on it. There's an app out there called T. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's just called T, and it's only for women. They do not let men on this app. You have to confirm with the photo that you're a woman and what it is. And women get on there and be like, "Have you heard of Tanner Thomason?" And other girls will chime in and like, "Oh, I went on a date with him, or I didn't want to," or they'll just write about their experiences on a date.
It's Facebook groups like that now too. It's called "Is This Your Man Per City?" So I joined the Atlanta group.
Are we dating the same guy?
Yeah, so they come in, they put the different pictures in there, and then everybody can comment on their experience with him. And it's been a lot of people like, he has a wife, he has a family, that's my cousin, going crazy in the comments and everything like that. So it really does exist.
Are there ever any positive reviews?
No, it's never anything positive.
It's never anything. And that's why I think it's kind of messed up, because nobody wants the thing that somebody else doesn't want.
Right.
Oh, we went on a great date, he was fine, but I'm not interested in him, y'all can have him. That doesn't make other women go like, oh, that's the man for me.
Because it makes
it's like they know they want him with all the
people on those sites truly are upset, or if they don't want everybody else eating at their favorite restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. They put it out there thinking nobody else is going to be interested, but that's going to make everybody else go check them out. Like, okay.
Nobu is trash. Just so you can get a table when you want to try to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there's a woman who is allegedly calling out DDG and Haley Bailey for trying to return a $6,000 jacket that he wore in a music video. Check it out.
A week later, I see him walk in with his girlfriend, baby mama now. She was starring in a very big, well-known Disney movie at the time, so she was very popular at this time. Well, they wanted to return the jacket. I had to tell them, no, you cannot do that. It was not fun. We ended up going back and forth over this, and I had to tell him 3 reasons I could not return this jacket. The first reason was it was smelling like cologne. Very strong cologne scent. The second reason, it smelled a lot like smoke, and neither of these reasons were good enough for either of them. They were going back and forth. I told them that it's worn. The third reason, it was worn. He looked at me and he said, you cannot prove that. And I said, actually, I can. And I pulled out my phone, pulled out the video, and I said, this you? He was speechless. He was speechless, and his girlfriend did not like that. She said, this is extremely unprofessional. This is something that you do to all of your clients, like just very, very livid. And I explained to her, you guys are public figures, very well known. He told me he was shooting a music video. This is a public video posted on YouTube. Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
Not for nothing.
It's already smelling for me.
Yeah.
You can't prove that, sir.
Yeah. Man. Also, I feel like that woman's fingers were like twice as long as they needed to be, but she was making big points.
Big points. Anna, I feel like, Tanner, I feel like somebody tried to make an AI version of Kristen Ritter if she was black, and that was the output. She looked just like Kristen Ritter, but like off a little bit.
It's like rules to when you buy something and want to return it. Like, you're not spraying yourself, you're not being around nobody with smoke, you're not wearing different smells and everything like that. Like, I've done that before, definitely, like for videos and different things. You wear it, take it off, put it back together neatly, and make sure
keeping it clean.
Tuck the tags, hide them, might tape them, just so they're not seen and different things like that. But it's ways to do it. But she's like, it smells of cologne and smoke and different things like that. And then you're clearly in the video wearing it. So it's like, why even try?
I think cardinal sin number 1, you're supposed to return the video before the video.
Right,
I know,
right.
Jack, before the video dropped.
After that,
like you waited at least a week, maybe 2 weeks before you returned that jack. That was a next day type of activity, DDG. Well, anyway, DDG responded to the video by tweeting, "I took that jacket back soon as the video was over. 6K for mid was crazy with finesse."
Yeah. As soon as the video, I'm backing up HK on this one. Like, it takes a while to cut a music video together. It doesn't happen even in a couple days most times.
I mean, at least a good one. Because the other day I was hanging out with my best friend in Oakland, and we shot a video by the San Francisco Bridge, and when I got to the airport, I edited it real quick and sent it back to him right away. But something tells me DDG is doing a multi-angle, multi-camera with extras.
That's
and
why it took so long.
You're not getting that 24-hour
Even before the
turnaround.
release, it would have been right back to her. You know, or at least take it to the cleaners or something.
Right.
Have it clean.
There's rules to this.
Yeah. Okay, guess what, guys? We're going to take a quick break, but after that, we're going to play Guess Who's a Daddy again. Hint, he drives a Tesla and owns rocket ships. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Does that sound hard to guess?
Welcome back to Side Dish. Shout out to the homie in the chat that said, no matter how long I have an outfit, I'm going to bring it back long as it's under the 90-day policy. So get off my back, all right? This is getting to be a bit of a habit out here in these streets. Apparently the cost of condoms are going up like the cost of eggs because not too long ago, we reported that Elon Musk welcomed his 13th child, his baker's dozen human. But hold up, son ain't done, because it was just announced that he had another child with his employee called Siobhan Zillis, who it sounds like he named her. Right. She works as an executive at his company Neuralink, and Musk and Zillis already shared 3 other children together, making this number 14.
Wow.
She's like, just keep it going. She want to stay in the lead, though. The other one had 13. Let me just stay in the lead.
Yeah, he's beating people. You know, like he's replenishing the planet with all the people we lost during COVID. Siobhan tweeted, discussed with Elon, and in light of beautiful Arcadia's birthday, we felt like it was better to also just share directly about our wonderful, incredible son, Selden Lycurgus, built like a juggernaut. And I think that's the whole name. Selden Lycurgus, built like a juggernaut. Solid heart of gold, love him so much.
That name alone, it's like, why?
Selden Lycurgus. What, 14? Wait, that's more than Nick Cannon, right?
Oh, yeah, he's beating
Nick. He's over. Oh, wow.
He beat him in the first base race?
He really did. That is a lot going on. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, he could afford it, right?
Yeah.
But as long as he has time.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's the thing, you don't have enough time to give to all of the kids, though.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have time. He doesn't have any time at all. He's got all the money in the world. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would like to see.
And you know, some of the baby moms allegedly said too that he doesn't have time for them, so they don't see him. And it's just a check.
He doesn't.
It's just a check, daddy.
Of course, he doesn't have time for them. He's spending all his time in New York or working on in New York, in the White House, or working on a spaceship. I do want to see all the baby mamas. I would like to find out what is the common denominator
Do
for
the little
Elon
family tree
Musk's
thing.
mamas, right?
They need money.
They need money, but also doesn't he have one with Grimes?
He does.
Because she kind of looked like that girl, like
couple with
a set of the crazy eyes and the dark hair.
But that's
that
his
his only
type, though. Everyone looks like that. Everyone kind of looks the same, like they could be cousins. You know, fit that same
you know what?
form.
In my head, I thought Grimes looked like a completely different person because I thought Grimes looked like a Bizarro World Zoe, not Zoe's, Kravitz's kid. Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
There's a FK twin.
Yeah.
That's who you're thinking about.
He didn't mess with her, right? Okay, cool. All right, then.
It's just that unique look that all of them have. You know?
It's like that emo Wednesday Addams thing. Like if Wednesday Addams was really into computers.
Like,
Suicide
I hate
girls.
bacon.
They look like reformed suicide girls. Not girls that commit suicide, but like those alt model types.
Oh, yeah. We heard of it.
Like they stomp down the runway.
We heard it.
But I will say that he does try to squeeze in time with his kids when he can, and I'm not as big of an Elon fan as I was years ago. But like how he brought that one kid to the White House, and then that kid started acting like he ran the place. It's like, you're not the president.
Did you see the
completely out of order?
Did you see the clip where that kid like mouthed something out, and then did you see this? Oh my God.
That kid's gonna be fun.
And the mother was just so embarrassed. Like, why would you even take him out? You know he can't behave.
Oh my God. Well, Elon can't behave. He's a crazy person in and of himself. Of course, his kids are crazy.
Yeah. NBA player Ty Jerome was feeling some type of way towards female referee Natalie Sago after the Cavaliers' win over the Trailblazers, calling her performance bad.
Ooh.
And I'm just wondering, are you coming? Oh, okay.
On both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I thought the refs were really bad tonight. Especially Natalie, she was really bad.
Oh, damn.
So when stuff like that happens, they kind of lose control of the game, and you just got to keep your head. I thought that first half was ridiculous. Third quarter was horrendous. And just got to keep your head and keep playing.
I'm just feeling like he's coming at her because she's a woman. Like nobody's getting on here talking about the men referees. Oh, he was bad. He did these bad calls. It's because she's a female. That's all it was. That's how I'm taking it as.
A lot of sports fans complain about bad calls during playoffs.
Sure.
But never making it like the interview part.
Yeah.
Like sitting down in the locker room to do an interview like, yeah, he was bad, or I hated his calls tonight. No, it's because she's a female and she's a woman, and he's like, y'all can't do it like the men can. That's how I'm taking it as.
To take the moment, to take the words to say, especially Natalie. Like, that's where you cross the line, pal. Like, you could have all the beef with all the refs you want, but it just makes you look bad to be like, especially Natalie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what calls she made. That's not a classy way to handle that.
For her directly.
Yeah, to lean into that person.
Ty received a number of personal fouls during Sunday's game, which saw both teams penalized combined 53 times. Was he right to call her out? Because I say absolutely not.
I only feel it was right to call her out if there's a previous history between these two, and you feel like maybe she is like prejudiciously making calls
bad
against
calls
you.
towards her.
Because I feel like certain people have their favorites in the sports field.
That's true.
I don't know enough about either of these people to know if there's a long running thing, but there's a reason why
And then
he
it's
knows
the way
her
he's
name.
saying, especially Natalie. So it's like something probably happened between them or continues to happen between them every time she calls his game. So it could be something, a little tiff between them we don't know about.
He tried for a layup and she denied him, you know? Or
Right.
He had a little
behind the scenes, he's saying a behind the scenes layup. He tried to holler and she wasn't hollering back, so it's okay.
He shot a brick and she wasn't, went into it.
Have you ever been in a situation where you wasn't really rocking with something specifically a person in that thing?
Yes, I try to be open and honest though. I'm gonna let you know right away.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this. I don't want to get too up in your business. I also don't want to drag this out. But the red carpet stuff, people don't understand how difficult that can be sometimes. And you can have negative interactions with very famous celebrities.
Definitely.
But your job on the carpet is to be like, thank you.
All the time.
Whatever
Every
it is.
single time.
Do you have a memory that sticks out where you're like, this person was a jerk or whatever it was?
Ooh, yes, I did one movie premiere and it was an alleged domestic violence abuser. So and I didn't know it at the moment, so somebody was yelling it at me. So it's kind of hard to do that interview and then him trying to yell back and go back and forth with her. I didn't really do it. She lied, that type of thing.
Wow.
So it's trying to hold your composure and get through that moment. But it's just okay, thank you. So that was the biggest moment that I can think of right now.
Ooh, yikes.
I just didn't know his full background story. I knew he was known and famous, but I didn't know that part. So the women there weren't feeling that at all and didn't like that. I had that interview.
You got
with
stuck
him.
in the
So
middle.
yeah, I really did. And I was I didn't even know. Somebody should have told me before I stuck the mic in his face. So yeah. That was.
Well, at least he didn't stuff it back.
Yeah.
Then that would have fed into the
Exactly.
room.
That would have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
It's like, aha, the rumors are true.
Just proved yourself.
All right, moving on. Angela Bassett stopped by BuzzFeed, and when asked about any fond moments from filming Waiting to Exhale, she talked about a moment with Whitney Houston where they improvised a scene.
Any fond memories from filming that?
Oh, working with Whitney, of course. The four of us in the car scene near the end before we wind up at the bonfire for New Year's Eve. And actually, we were driving a practical car. I was driving, and we actually had the radio on. And the song came on, and she's like, "What is this song? What is this song?" And so she's trying to get the song, and we're singing it. And then afterwards, I guess they enjoyed it so much they actually then went forward to get secure the rights to use what we had filmed, just waiting around and playing around in the scene in the movie to include it in the movie.
Oh, fun.
Wow.
I love that.
I was 10 years old when I found out about that scene.
Yes, me too. The scene?
Yeah,
just the improvised
Because I didn't
part?
see that movie.
Wait a minute.
I'm a
Give
guy.
me your black card. It is revoked right now.
I am a whole guy. I'm a whole guy, and I'm not the target audience for that. Have you seen Waiting to Exhale?
You know what? Don't bring me into this. Don't bring me into your.
I need some man backup. Pause.
It's understandable.
I feel I got a pass.
Oh my God,
Darius,
it's a classic.
never mind. I'm sure you have.
Oh man.
Other black fella here. Have you, sir, in the back? Have you seen Waiting to Exhale?
I have.
Oh, Darius has seen
Yes,
it.
you have,
I know
right?
Darius has.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Because he's seasoned.
It's a black cult classic.
I know.
Oh my, I'm so shocked.
I don't want to see the female Avengers ganging up against men, setting their stuff on fire.
It's not even like that. It's just them going through what they're dealing with men and dating, and some things happen.
You think I'm the target demo for that?
Yeah, it's like a chick flick, so no chick has ever just sat you down and watched it. You can learn something from that.
I watched the male version of that.
Date night,
I watched the male version of that film. It's called How to Be a Player. You remember that one?
I love How to Be a Player.
Shout out to Pierre and shout out to Bill Bellamy. Have you seen that one?
I love How to Be a Player. I think I've seen every black movie though. There's nothing I haven't seen or missed.
Yeah, I had to pick a few to step out on.
But hold up a second, go. So here's the thing: is what she's talking about, what Angela's talking about in a scene like that, where they're just improvising, and to go and buy a song to put it in a movie is expensive. They hate it. A lot of times, people hate it when you put songs in scripts, just because it's so expensive to get those songs. They tell you not to do it. So they had to love the scene, which obviously it's a classic. So
especially would have been easy for them to say, "Yo, Whitney, sing something."
Exactly,
yeah, right.
just right off
acapella.
And that scene is so great. It's like the ending. It's just like a feel good, and you talk okay, they made it. They're coming through whatever they were going through. So that's a really good scene. So I love hearing that story.
So at the end of the movie, did all four of them end up together?
Mm-hmm. Just riding out. They said,
not like together.
Not together dating or together doing anything after. Just together friendship girls. We're going out. We're just riding, having a good time.
They didn't Elmo Louise it. All four of them.
No, it was just for the vibes.
Wow.
No,
I haven't
just for
seen
the
that movie
vibes.
That's a white woman.
What do you watch, Headkrack?
Things with guns. Is there guns in this movie?
No.
Is there a zombie outbreak? All right, guys, it's time to read the comments. This is where something is posted online, and the true joy comes from the comments, which can be brutal to hilarious.
Okay, Savannah Kendall from North Carolina went viral on TikTok and probably wish she didn't. Oh, Savannah. She was out with her hubby enjoying some coffee, but when the bill came, she made a point of showing us all that she was not going to tip her waitress.
As you can see, she wrote in the tip column a message to the waitress which says, "Don't call my husband sweetheart," but it seems her jealousy made her add incorrectly because she actually gave the waitress a 2-cent tip.
Damn.
Wow.
And this story is begging for us to please read the comments.
Abby says, "Insecure, broke, and can't do math."
You. Tyler Davis says, "I hope your man cheats on you with 12 different women and 3 men."
Damn. Adventure says, "I hope she bends your man over that table."
At T, FEMA says, "You definitely put your 2 cents in, LOL." She did.
Do y'all feel like the hate that she received was warranted?
Yes, no,
I do.
First of all, don't call my man sweetie. I hate that. But somebody told me it's like a Southern thing. I just experienced that recently, and I was just taken back. Like, what are you doing? Why?
Oh, that's that's right. You are from the north.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. So I'm just like, we don't do that. That's
what about like sugar or sweetie? If someone's like, oh, thanks a bunch, sugar. Like that.
They're just patrons.
Got you.
So it's been happening a lot, and it's just been really like taking me back. And they're just like, no, it's just a Southern thing. It's just what we do. But it's really hard to take in because it's like, don't call him sweetie, don't call him honey. Like, what are we doing right now?
Because in Chicago, it's more like Joe and fam.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we more a little hardcore. So it's just like, we don't do that.
Here's my thing. It's like, I don't know. You see videos like this where someone's like, I'm gonna show everyone, but you're just kind of revealing yourself. Unfortunately, that's a petty action.
I would have checked the one and did all that beforehand.
Yeah. Well, drop your comments in the chat and y'all can dogpile on that situation. But when we come back, man, we're gonna hit you in 2 minutes with some Did You Say What?
right, y'all, welcome back to Side Dish. And we got some side dish, say what? Okay, guys, prisons in the future, fake memories, question mark? Oh, all right, I'm gonna explain. Okay, so rehabilitation facility Cognify is trying to replace actual prisons by permanently planting fake memories into criminals.
In other words, a person can serve their full prison sentence in just minutes, or at least it will feel like they did. Check this out.
Criminals is going to have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. They're going to try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt. So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years. Last year, the U.S. government spent $8.7 billion taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money for.
Wow.
I don't know if this is real. You guys.
I like the aspect of it, of the quick rehabilitation fact. You know what I mean? They get these memories planted. They won't commit crimes again or anything like that. I like that part. But it's just very interesting and weird to see how that works.
This is literally the plot of the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic Total Recall.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Our producer Arlene
you saw that
said
movie,
she
guns.
guns, and a third boob.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Our producer Arlene said she actually found the article where like this is a real thing. If I worked for this company, if I could give you that whole prison experience in a matter of 3 hours, I'm gonna do a supercut of the entire series of Oz, and I'm gonna make that be your prison memory. Like, just imagine if you could relive every shivving, shanking, sexual assault that happens to people sometimes in prison. Like, that would be the ultimate scared straight.
Definitely, I totally agree.
That's what keeps me from doing catchable crimes. The fact that I watch Oz.
Yeah, I don't wanna go to jail.
Oz saved my life, yo. Like, you ever seen it?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's
not a rom-com.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not my forte, but I have.
There are no
a couple episodes.
No, there aren't women bonding in a car.
Right.
But the love arc between Schillinger and not Schillinger, but Chris Maloney's character and the lawyer dude, it was inspiring.
It's just one of those things where it's like you put me in the little thing, and then I got all the fake memories, and then it opens up 6 to 8 minutes later, and they're like, "You good?" And I'm like, "I'm totally good, guys." I remember.
I'm here for it though. What about you? Are y'all here for it?
I mean,
I'm here for it.
I think a lot of times when people get sent away to prison, it does not really rehabilitate people.
It's true.
Yeah.
If anything, it creates a prison back to jail pipeline because you get out, you get limited opportunities, you can't live here, you can't work here.
You're going to revert back to what you knew. And
it might create a super thug.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Say y'all in the chat. Moving on, so content creator Abrisha Janae has gone viral for documenting her experience living in a tiny home. Check this out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you got back issues.
Seriously.
Get out of Vern Troyer's place. What are you doing in there?
Stuart Little. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I'm claustrophobic watching this.
I mean, the good thing about tiny houses is it doesn't take as long to clean. Okay, so just for a little context here, this house costs her $92,000, 744 bucks. So, which includes all appliances, delivery, and setup of the home, and a 7-year warranty. This deal is getting better and better. Also, she didn't have to buy the land because the house is on her parents' land.
Well, that's dope.
Oh,
I've
just
been
for
seeing
that
this
price,
pop
I'm
up
just
a
gonna
lot.
go out and get me a normal home.
Yeah,
That's just what I
$92,000.
would
You
do.
could, that's a
for
down
that
payment.
much money.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be scratching around the house like that. No.
I mean, if you got spinal
my
bifida,
God.
this is a perfect house for you.
Right.
You
because
can't
you're
even do
kinda-
anything upstairs.
Hey, girl, you want to come back to my place? Watch your head.
Oh my God. You can't even cuddle up there and do nothing, get in the bed. It's just,
And the
It's a
sexual
hard no
positions
for
are gonna be
me.
wild.
Right.
Listen,
You got one. You got one. That's all you got.
Though.
You got
It's
one
limited
option.
movement space.
we call this the Oreo.
Yeah.
It's like when you just lay on top and then
Girl, I hope you like missionary because
that's all we got.
Because any movement, you knocking something down or over. You
Side
hitting the ceiling.
missionary,
You hitting the ceiling.
oh my God.
No.
But
That's
like,
a hard no for
they
me.
they got a thing now too, like with Amazon, where they will literally roll a whole like little four-wall prefab kind of house situation for like
Really?
$20K on the low end, with a little bit more being based on whatever like you want added to it. And I think as there becomes to be more people, like malls like COVID-21 doesn't come out.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a point in time where people are gonna have to do this tiny house thing because there's just not enough room for everybody.
And it's not enough room for them in that house. Just
It's wild. It's definitely like a single
And then
person
you,
kind of
like
place.
big and husky in there.
I wish that it was a man doing this video because I would jump into those comments to read the hate that would come out for a man in a house where he's got to bend over to get to his bed.
If you dig long enough, you're gonna find it. Because every now and then I'm also watching like HGTV and they have these tiny house shows and like everybody. I've seen couples living in, and both of them were doing that little hunch walk when they get in there.
That just can't be
good for you.
And y'all both can't be in the kitchen or anything together.
But they never do a follow up 6 months later and like how they're doing.
Are y'all divorced or still together?
Okay, while we try to fit into that, we're going to be back with more side dish in just 2 minutes.
if it's also your birthday, guess what? You in good company with Ava Mendez, who's 51 today.
Oh, 50 fun. Also, former NFL wide receiver and Hall of Famer Michael Irving is 59. We couldn't get a better photo of Mike than that.
And rapper Papoose is 47.
All-American actor Michael Evans Bailing is 29.
And man, y'all can't come in here. Church hoarder during the Hurricane Harvey and Pastor Joel Osteen, who had money hiding in the bathroom, is 62.
Love me some Joel.
Oh, man, there's a lot of cakeable individuals in here.
Oh, Princess, who you giving the cake to?
I'm giving it to Papoose. He has been going through so much with Remy Ma, his divorce and everything like that. So I'm going to give it to him. He deserves it today.
And you know who his current boo is?
Yes, I do.
Do you know?
No.
Clarissa Shields.
The boxer.
The greatest female boxer of all time, Clarissa Shields.
So they are together now.
Somebody said in a comment one day that Papoose dates the type of women that you could tell to go investigate that noise they heard.
You know, we hear noise downstairs, like, baby, go get it. You got this.
Clarissa, girl,
behind her.
someone's in the house.
Say less.
You got it.
She definitely can take care of it.
Oh, man, no, Papoose is one of the craziest to ever do it on the microphone. Big up to him. Being that you gave it up to him, I'm gonna have to shout out Ava Mendez.
Woo!
Yes, and she's still beautiful, still looking good. Okay, yes, I love it.
And like her and Ryan Gosling is like one of the dopest couples.
Yes.
Like I don't really be like happy for a lot. I'm happy for them. And have you ever seen the movie We Own the Night?
No.
Yo, man.
I'm gonna check it out.
For the Ava Mendez scenes alone, it's like a crime movie. And there's like a really great scene with Robert Duvall in a shootout, and like his son is driving behind him, and he sees it's well shot. But Ava Mendez and We Own the Night, Hall of Famer.
Killing it, looking good.
Can get unlimited cake for the rest of her life.
Hell yeah.
As well as in Place Beyond the Pines. Because they tried to make her look older and ugly, and it didn't work.
Right.
She was still fine. Ava Mendez for the win.
I remember her in The Other Guys where she's Will Ferrell's wife, and he's like, I'm sorry, and it's Ava Mendez walks out.
What movie was that?
That's The Other Guys.
I saw that.
Mark
Okay, that was
Wahlberg's
really good.
confused.
That
She's
was
like,
hilarious.
What? Aim for the bushes.
I got to give it up for Michael Irving.
Okay.
I got to give Michael Irving a slice of cake. I was a big Cowboys fan back in the early 90s when he was playing, and they were like back-to-back, him and Emmitt Smith, and Troy Aikman, that whole era.
So Michael Irving is a big Dish Nation fan. So big shout out to him. I ran into him at an airport one time, and he told me. But like I used to run into him all the time when I used to live in Carrollton, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Because he lived, I guess, in that area, and we used to shop at the same Blockbuster. And he'd always be like, this is when he was going through some things. So he would always like get out, stumble out of the car, and then like wrestle or put the tape in the overnight slot. Like, and I was just like, that's Michael Irvin trying to figure out how to do that.
Man.
But yo, he recovered nicely, man. And he was like, he was killing it on the commentating tip, man. I'm happy for him.
Yep.
What's the craziest birthday you ever had?
Ooh. So for me, I don't think I have anything like super crazy, but I do something fun every year. Like it's always going to be an excursion, experience, something like that. Wow, like that. So it's never been like nothing too crazy, like dancing on tables, drunk, falling out in the bar. Nothing that crazy, but just like fun, different little experiences every year. How about you guys?
Anyone like stick out? Anyone at all? Or?
Ooh, I went on a cruise before. So I went on a cruise before, and one of the girls that was with us in the group messed with the DJ. So that was a thing. I don't know if that was like super exciting on the birthday.
That feels like pretty typical birthday cruise activity.
I was like, she had fun for all of us. So
He put the needle on her crew.
Right, exactly. Like get a girl. So yeah.
That's what's up. Are you pro hookah or anti hookah?
I am very much anti hookah. And it's so crazy here in Atlanta. Everything they want to give you a hookah with. I'm like, ma'am, I don't need hookah with my pancakes.
No.
Let it be. Let it be.
You went to the International House of Hookah?
Yeah.
It's just always a lot going on with that. And then sometimes they're like offended when you don't take the hookah. It's just like, it's like 12. I'm okay right now.
I don't need the breakfast hookah.
I really don't. I don't want it.
I actually don't even need the dinner hookah either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I was burnt by a hookah too, so I think that's why I'm against it too. It fell on me one time back in the day when I did used to hookah, so I'm just like totally try to stay away from it.
So it's like a scarred memory, kind of like Meek Mill and Birdman
literally
with
scarred
suits.
on the back of my thigh.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
Yeah.
I would hate hookahs too.
All right, Princess, here in just a minute, we're going to need your help solving a crime.
Okay.
We're going to ask you to do some racial profiling. I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. We're going to be right back with everybody's favorite game, Whose Cousin Is It? We'll see you in 2. right, y'all, welcome back to Side Dish. It is time for everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? Okay, so Princess, you know, you've seen this before, but this is a little game we like to play. It's called Whose Cousin Is It?
I'm
It's
ready.
going to make a whole lot of sense here in just a minute. But basically, we're going to figure out, like, a crime, and was it one of my cousins? Was it one of HK's cousins? Maybe a cousin who's not currently represented on stage at this moment?
And I feel like because of where we all collectively come from, we have experience. Like Oklahoma has a very specific set of crimes, so does LA.
Yeah.
New York has a very specific crime, so does Dallas. Chicago.
Definitely.
Chicago, for sure.
It was the long pause on Chicago. Okay.
I just wanted you to add on. I didn't want to be the one. You know what I mean? But so there was an 18-year-old woman and her 16-year-old sidekick. They went full Picasso with yellow spray paint on what they thought was her ex's ride. Turns out it was actually a neighbor's car. Good job, Tonto.
Oh, wow. Okay, but that's not all. When cops responded to the call, they found an empty Crown Royale bottle, a scale, why not, a can of yellow spray paint, and 2 open Four Locos in the car. I'm gonna say right now, this feels like my people.
I don't know. What was it, the Four Loco for you?
It's the Four Locos. Also, I think it's getting the wrong car. I think
It's the Crown Royal bag for me, though.
But we have Crown Royal. Crown Royal crosses the culture line.
Do you keep the bag though?
Sometimes. You ain't seen like a Crown Royal bag full of something like yeah.
Okay, I thought that was exclusive to us. I thought they was just poisoning our community with
We
the
have
Crown
been
Royal.
known. It's mostly college. It's the college whites.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a guy walking around with a Crown Royal bag like he was in medieval times. Man.
No.
He had it like, what's in the bag, bro? A potion. Four Locos, say
Four
less.
Locos.
The spray paint bandits were arrested and charged. The 18-year-old criminal, they charged the 18-year-old with criminal mischief, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, underage alcohol possession, and a DUI. And her sweet 16 partner in crime was slapped with possession of over 20 grams of weed.
Okay, so the real question is, whose cousin is it? This is my cousin, HK's cousin, or other cousin. Drop them guesses in the chat. Princess.
I'm gonna give it an other cousin.
Other.
It's giving really Spanish right now, Latino world. That's what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take it all the way to the left and give it to them.
Okay, but I do want to point out to everyone, we're talking about 2 suspects here.
2. It could be mixed.
There has been situations where it's been a blended combo.
That's true.
The Four Loko does make it lean Tanner and other.
Okay.
The Crown Royal definitely, I feel strongly about that.
So it's hard. So that's why I came down the middle with it.
I also feel like my cousins, my female cousins, could make the mistake of getting the car wrong. I'm not sure that other cousins make that mistake. They know for sure.
But I definitely know that our cousins do make that same mistake.
All the time, though.
I had a friend of mine was worried that his car was vandalized, but his ex-chick vandalized the wrong car. So this has happened. So it's
like
across
an
the
everyday
board
natural kind of
lunacy.
thing.
We got a toss-up here, is what it sounds like.
I'm going to go blother.
Blother.
Black and other, like, because there's 2 people, so one person is black, one person is gonna probably be a Latino. We won't be able to see the under 18-year-old, so we'll have to guess on that one.
Okay, so let's see what we got.
Okay, we're ready. We'd like to say
what did you say?
I'm going Mexican, Spanish. Yeah.
Okay, other.
Yeah.
I'm going the other route.
Yeah, not Mexican. Yeah.
Because they can with the spray paint can, because they did.
Because they did. All right, you ready to do it?
Let's get it, bro.
go.
Move that van. Okay. Yo, that looks just like Elon's girl from the top of the show.
Or one he would be interested in. She could be next, guys.
Look at the devil in her eyes.
What's her name? Evelina Fabianski?
That's
Hold on, is that my
other
ex-girlfriend? What in the world? Wow.
Can you flash her picture again,
One more
right?
time.
Just one time.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, you get a knock on your door in the middle of the night.
Oh,
and
no.
She
peeping
looks
through
like
the
she did it
peephole.
and will do it again.
Yeah. That's that Four Loko stare. Oh my God.
The girl from the grill.
Yeah.
Who climbed out of that well and went on to have a great life of crime.
What were they doing with the scale?
Exactly.
The scale?
Yeah.
To probably weigh that weed that they had in the car.
Oh, you think? Oh, would they?
They had the Crown Royal, but they was having a good time though.
Yo, imagine that girl sipping on a bottle of Crown Royal. She's got a Crown Royal and Four Locos. She's lucky she didn't die.
You know, bro, I haven't had Four Loko. Have you?
HK. I had original Four Loko.
The original recipe?
I had ultra powered.
What's the difference with them?
Oh, they toned it down.
Really?
OG Four Loko's dangerous.
Kind of like OG Coca-Cola?
Yeah. OG Four Loko was time travel juice. Like you get about half a can down and you travel to the future.
Yo,
I've had some good nights.
I would like
some real
on one episode of Side Dish for us to do a hobo wine tasting where we drink all the stuff that like you heard people rap
Mad
about.
Dog 2020?
Mad Dog 2020, some Four Loko, and just watch how we
Some Steel
unhinge through the
Reserve.
show. But we only drink during the commercial break so no one sees us drinking on camera. But we're going to do it. We're going to really do it.
I'll do hobo wine with you. I'll do hobo or the Four Loko episode. What if we could get sponsored by Mad Dog?
Y'all hearing this?
Local
Make
liquor
this happen.
companies. We'll give you a very mighty shout out if
we
you
need to
bless
find
us.
an Atlanta malt liquor manufacturer.
Okay.
Right, though.
Shout out to Atlanta Tucky Brewing downtown. We're looking at you guys. They're owned by this rap group. They had All My Life, Ben Poe, Nappy Roots. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like so they have the homebrew stuff that they make, but we need that stuff that people were rapping about and get in trouble for. We need like Thunderbird.
Oh yeah.
Have you had it before?
No, I haven't had Thunderbird. I usually try to avoid the lower shelves.
Fair enough.
You know,
stuff that tastes like juice, but
Yeah.
like it's juiced up.
Yeah, Four Loko's literally intimidating to me now. Like one can, that's all you could ever want.
Princess, what's your fight juice?
Oh my gosh, you guys ever did Everclear?
Oh yes.
That took me back to the college days. So
Did yours taste like nothing too?
It tastes like absolute nothing.
And the next
And then
thing
you
you
acting
know,
like a whole lot of something.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
top of your head
Definitely.
starts sweating.
Yeah.
Well, you know you're in for a good night.
That's when we used to make like the jungle juices. Everybody's just pouring everything into the.
I had a lot of that. Those were good times. Good times. Okay.
Good time.
Where were you when they dropped the Incredible Hulk drink?
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys for having me. This was so fun. I had a great time.
Oh, and remind people where they can follow you and everything.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Stylish Queen P. Everything about me is there. And click the link in the bio, read some articles on me, check me out.
So fun. Thank
And
you
while
so
y'all
much.
clicking on things, click on the like, subscribe, and the bell so you can get notified when we drop new episodes of this Side Dish thing of ours. We're on Monday through Friday. Big shout out to the Fox Soul Patrol and everybody on the YouTube comments. We love it.
Yeah.
And we're going to rinse, repeat, do it again tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow for you know what? 48-hour Friday. Yo, but also be careful about that Four Loko, guys.